Morning, everyone. How are you all doing this morning? Happy Sunday. Oh, looks like everyone is still sleeping. Happy Sunday. This morning, I didn't come with just message and sharing and sermon. I want to talk to us as a house. This is a family service, and the kids are here, and they are also doing the same thing that we're doing here right now. The household of God. And that's the message, the household of God. Household. What does that remind you of? Household. It is just that family unit where mother, father, and children or no children are there. That's household. The household of God. The church is not an institution. The church is not a club. The church is not a governmental organization. It is not even an organization. The church is a family of people. And if it's a family, that means that there is a parent, one father, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, and Father of all. He is not a CEO to any of us. We are not employees here. We are not staff here. We are children of God. So therefore, we are brothers and sisters. We are brothers and sisters. You know, when you speak of the household of God, you know what that does to me? It removes the titles. It removes the positions and puts everyone under that class of sonship. That you are a daughter of God. That you are a son of God. And that one Father is the one that is overlooking us all. That is what this is all about. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 19. Paul was talking about the Gentiles and how that they are always excluded. In the ancient times, if you are not a Jew, you are excluded in many other things. When they go to the temple, the Gentiles are not allowed there. The worst place they can hang around is in the outer court. They will bring their sheep or whatever they want to sacrifice, and they are not the one to do the sacrifice because they are not Jews. So they were excluded all the times. But Paul began to bring a whole good news that there is no longer that wall of partition between the Jews and the Gentiles. That we are now all one family put together. So Ephesians 2:19, it says, therefore, you are no longer strangers or foreigners, but fellow citizens of heaven. Or fellow citizens and, with the saints and members of the household of God. We are no longer strangers. Can I ask you a question this morning? Are you still a stranger to this house? The truth is that you can be here for 2, 3, 4 years and still be a stranger because you're standing by and watching life happen. You just don't want to get involved because of so many nuances. It doesn't feel like the way I want. That is not the expectation that I want. Church that you are presenting is not like the church I want. Or you are all now so busy, so I don't want to get involved. Or I don't want to be hurt. Or I don't want to hurt others. The truth is that you can remain a stranger for as long as you walk into that church if you don't take the decision and move one step further into what God is doing in that place. Paul said, you are no longer strangers or foreigners. Now, if you are a visitor here this morning, I want you to know that you are not just visiting the house of God. The house of God is a family to you. You belong to that family. We all are a member of that family. I know sometimes you show up in a church and we celebrate first timers, whoever you are, please, can you put your hands together and let's celebrate them? Yes, at that point in time, they are just showing up in that place. But truly and indeed, they are not just visitors. If I go to my house today and I, come back from wherever I went to, will they welcome me as a visitor? Will Claire welcome me as a visitor? Oh, welcome home. Okay, welcome home. welcome. So what do you have, or what can I offer to you? Offer you? Do you like a drink, or do you want? Please welcome home. Where do you have to sleep? That cannot happen. Why? Because it is our home. Even if I'm not welcome, I will still show up in that house. Even if the door is locked, and the garage door is locked, and the door is locked from the inside, and I press, the call bell, and nobody answered, I'm still welcome there. I may feel, are they trying to put me out? But if I'm a visitor, I will get the message instantly. Okay, they don't want me today. Okay, goodbye. I have my own house. I'm going. But if that is my house, I will show up. If that door doesn't open, I will keep banging that door. If it doesn't open, I will make a call for them to at least hear that I'm standing by the door. Why? Because it is not a strange place to me. It is my home. It is our home. It is the same for you, for every one of us. Is this church your home? Has this church become your home? If the church has not become your home, it's not the end of the world. If the church is not a home for you yet, it's not the end of the world. For some people, it takes time. For some people, 1 month going, they're already in, fully baptized into it. Some 3 months, some 6 months, some 1 year, some 2 years. Well, if some goes more than 3 years, then I will ask you the question. Those times will probably be enough for you to look out for a place where you can call home. We've had people who have come to this church, they hung around for 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and they moved on. And they carried on. So, when things like that happen, people begin to ask, what is it that we are not doing? This morning I want to tell us, let's stop looking at what you are not doing, but look at what you are already doing. The things that God is already doing through us. It can become so habitual that we are so focused on the things that are not working that we don't even see what God is doing anymore in our lives. We can become so fixated at the things that are breaking down. We can become so fixated at the failures, the shortcomings, that we no longer see the strength, the blessings, and the hand of God in what is doing in this church. The truth is that God is doing so much in this church that you don't know of. God is doing amazing things every week of the month, every month of the year. There are amazing things that God is doing in this church that you don't see. The truth is that you may not see them because you probably don't always show up every Sunday, and that is not because of your fault or something. Most of us have schedules and work. So that is I'm not castigating anyone. But you probably don't see that because you probably haven't visited Tuesday evening to see the things that we're praying about, to see the cries of the church, or to participate in mourning with the church, and to participate in celebrating with the church. Most of us don't see this aspect of the church. The burden in our hearts that we are praying for, the challenges that we face, they are excluded from the hearts of some of us because we are not there. And unfortunately, the devil is very smart at this. He takes advantage of the ones that are negative. And if you don't see the blessings, if you don't see the celebrations, the victories of the church, he gives you the other one, the failures. He gives you the other one, the inadequacies. He gives you the other one, the setbacks. And he puts that all in front of you. Now, I can imagine someone who has not been there when we celebrated a soul that joins us, when we celebrated the lives of those that have been transformed by this ministry, when we celebrated someone who is, healed miraculously, when we celebrated answers to prayers. If you are not there, But you see that man, you see that woman that is walking away from the church, and it says, I don't know what this church is doing. I don't know what things are happening in this church. If that is what you see, I'm telling you today, that is not all there is in this church. That is not all that is happening in this church. What is happening are things that most of us are not aware of. But I'm going to tell us this morning. I remember us walking into this place that fateful day, Claire and I, to sign the contract. Like I said, we had no sponsors. We had nobody. Nobody. We were planning to work with a church planting organization called ARC. But they were too scared to trust in us. Because the circumstances was not just enough to convince anyone that these people are very serious with what they are doing. How dare you say that you're going to plant a church? Who is going to support? Who is the sponsor? Who do you know? They told us about businessmen. They told us how to craft out the letters. They told us how to take businessmen up for dinner or breakfast and sell this vision to them. All those sort of things. We even went as far as printing a fundraiser that we are going to distribute. And at that time, nobody knew us. I feel sorry for those who, at that point in time, were following us. We only told them, now this is what to do, or this is what we need to do. Guys, when we got here, it was hard for people to trace and say that these guys are going to succeed. And I always remember, they always ask me this question. So who is the pastor of this church? Yola. So who is going to pastor this church? So who are the people? Because everything to them is institutionalized. Everything to them is organizational. And then you just see these two unusual, normal couple just coming out and speaking of this big dream and all that. It was hard for people to follow. And I know what that means. But look at where God has brought us today. Look at how God has been working in this church today. Of course, there are many that this ministry has touched that you don't even know of. I get calls from all the way from the Philippines. I get calls from African countries. Simone knows about that. We get letters from Uganda, from Cameroon, from Kenya. We get letters from Congo. People that I don't even know of that watch our Sunday services and they follow our blogs and they follow our devotionals. And they just can't hide it that they are blessed. I get these calls and sometimes I'm wondering, really? Are we this visible? But we don't know these things until you become part of what God is doing and you see it. The truth is that God is at work in this place. I'm challenging us this morning. If you don't see it, please pray and ask God to open your eyes to see. Because sometimes you can be in the midst of God's provision and you don't see it because you are focused on your lack. You can be in the midst of abundance and you don't see it because you are focused on the ones that are not there. You can be in the midst of lovely people that are around this place. You are not focused on them because you are still focusing on those that have not come yet. The pressure and the hard work is just so focused on those that you don't even see yet. What about the ones that you see? What about Tonya? What about Ben? What about Angel? Who knows her last name? Who knows where she lives? Except, of course, for their open home members. I'm saying this this morning because in the house of God, the household of God, there is order. God brings order. He brings people together. Not like the physical family where it is birthed through only one parent. He brings the whole world together. The church is not just this place only. There is a church that is all over the earth. Our brothers are in the Philippines. our brothers in Cameroon, our brothers in the United States, our brothers in Europe, our brothers and sisters, we are all the same in one family. We are not scattered around and everybody doing their own thing. We are focusing on that one God who is a father of all race, of all classes of people, all you belong. Amen. You know, Galatians 6 verse 10, Paul used again that exact same term, household. But this time, not a household of God, but household of faith. There's a reason for this. Galatians 6 verse 10, it says, so then, as we have opportunities, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. Let us do good to everyone. The call is for us to do good to everyone. He has told them what God has done in them already. The good work that God has done in them already. Now he's telling them, we need to do good work. Do good to everyone. I love that word, everyone. But he doesn't stop there. He says, he qualified it, especially to those who are of the household of faith. Especially to those who are of the household of faith. That verse hits me hard like never before. I have been reading that verse for many years, but it hit me hard. Rebuke. We are going out to do good to others, but what about those in the house? What about the household of faith, especially those? Now, there is preferential treatment here, and that is, God is saying, start from your house. Start here. Start in the church. Where we come from, every service. I'm in the account. I oversaw the account in that church. Every service, after the end of the service, the counters and all that usually come to me and say, these are the envelopes. And you know what is contained in that envelopes? Joseph, Mary, Anita, Ben. I have all those names because I know those people. And you know what is contained in that envelope? Someone in the church is showing generosity to someone else that he wants to meet their needs. Sometimes you don't go asking them, I have need. You just have people say, I just felt to write a check to this person. I just felt to give something to that person. I just felt. Sometimes when I ask them, because sometimes we have two names in the church. We may have angel, and there's another angel there. So I will always ask, which of the angel are you giving? So, oh yeah, it's the other one. I just felt in my heart that God says, give this, to that person. Do good to everyone, especially those who are of the household of faith. The challenge is, we want to do community work. That is good. We want to reach out to the community. That is good. Let's start here. Let's begin here. Do that community work within the house. Reach out to Simone if you know that she is going through some times. Reach out to Yola if you know she needs a prayer point. Sometimes they don't always have to tell you. Sometimes God puts it in your heart for that person. You are praying and their face just flashes over you. Maybe it's time to pray for them. And when you do that, send them a message. I'm just praying for you today. And it's not just to pump you up. It is true. God flashed your face to me. Am I speaking this morning? Do good to those who are the household of faith. Let us practice it in the house. Find someone to bless. The truth is, let's treat every other person as a family, not as attendees, attendants. Oh, you showed up today. Let's treat everyone as a family. You belong. If Anne-Marie is going through tough time, I should feel the pain. If Anton is going through some challenging times, I should feel the pain. It's not just only to reach them when you need someone to cover up for you. I mean, how I hate that thing, it comes to me like I'm just a tool. in the house. You don't ask after me. You don't know how well I'm doing. You have not actually reached out to me at any point in time. The only time I heard from you, will you serve tomorrow? Sometimes it's not even will you serve tomorrow. You are on duty. It's next day. I'm challenging the whole house here. Find out from that person. Look out for their well-being first. Well-being first, and then the work. Yola, how are you doing? How's everything going? How's the house going? How's work going? Do you mind if you could fill up for me in the next coming weeks? That's exactly how it works. Caroline, how's things been with you of late? How's job coming along? How's Perry recuperating? How's everything been? Yeah, please, you know what? We need someone on so day, and this is where we think you can. Do you mind if you can do that? No one is a tool in the house. We want to ensure that everyone is seen in the house. Everyone is known in the house. Everyone is loved in the house. Can anyone boldly say, I am seen, I am loved, I am known, I am safe in the house? Can people feel safe in this place? We must check on one another. We must pray for one another. Do you pray for me? I mean, at least I pray for you. But do you pray for me? Angel was asking me one day, I was telling somebody in front of her that I was praying for you yesterday. And Angel said, but Pastor, do you pray for me as well? I felt it. I said, Angel, you are one of the leaders in our open home. Your prayers is even much more powerful. We pray for the open home leaders every now and then, even for those of you who attend our Tuesday prayer meetings. Even though it was not direct, it was indirect. But of course, I have a direct time as well. Do we support one another emotionally, financially? Do we visit one another? Do we encourage one another? Do we bless one another? That's what church is about. It's not a club. To those who feel like you are still an outsider, you are a family in this house. You belong here. To those who are disconnected from the household, I want to say to you, return home. Come back home. I know it's been tough, it's been hard. I want to challenge you. Return home. Reconnect. If you have no one to connect with Tonya. Tonya is a very accommodative person. And then accompanied by Ben, who will ensure that you show up the next day. Reconnect. Re-engage. Re-engage again. Pick it up again. Those tools that you dropped out of annoyance, pick it up again. Because in the day when you stand before God, you're not going to say because the church did that to you. God is going to ask you, what did you do with the gifts that I gave to you? When I sent you there to that family, what was your contribution? To the church family, I want to say step into your responsibility. Serve faithfully. Love deeply. Amen. This is a charge for us this morning. And I want us to not feel bugs. Please, guys, can you come forward so that we can just end the service? But I want to charge us. Don't stay back, at your feet. Some of us started sitting down at the second row, and then it goes to the next, and then it goes to the next, and then it goes to the next. Or you probably were part and parcel, and then you begin to distance yourself. I want to say to you, return home. Come back home. If you don't find a home in this place, it's still okay. Find it somewhere else. I remember as a trader, I used to trade. As a trader, I carry things on my head. Some days I go out hawking. When I tell the story, people think that it's just a joke. I used to carry things on my head from my mom. I can go for some days and nobody calls me to buy anything. And some days when I'm not even expecting, they are even the one that call. Hey, please come. How much do you sell this? Please, I need all of them. And they gather everything. Some days, not everybody God has sent to you in this life. As powerful as Paul is, as educated as Paul is, he wasn't sent to everybody. He was sent to the Gentiles. The Gentiles are people who are the least that anybody can go to. The Jews cannot go to them. They are idol worshippers. They are wicked in their heart. They are whatever. That was the person God sent him to. Those are the people that God sent Paul to. So I believe that Mountain Springs Church is not for everybody. I believe that I am not sent to everybody. I am not sent to the whole world, to the whole Hamilton. But I am sent, or we are sent to a people that when they hear our voice, they will recognize it. Whether they are 2, whether they are 100, whether they are 3,000, they will come. And when they come, I'm not going to be the one to tell them, this is your church. They will hear my voice, and the voice of a stranger, they will not follow. They will not even be the stranger. They will not only belong, they will buy the vision. Amen. God bless you.